It's Marlene Keys from keys2lawofattraction.com, and I'm here having lunch today with my friend and business partner Anna Variano from perfectresonance.com, and together Anna and I teach a program called Mindful Weight Control. Mindful Weight Control. We call it that because the program is a really nice combination of not only tips and tools of healthy eating habits, but also how you can use the law of attraction or the power of your thought to attain a healthy, happy body. And we just finished a meeting. We just came over to have a lunch at a restaurant together, and we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to share with you what we actually do, how we apply our techniques when we are eating. So we wanted to share that with you, Anne.
Well, Marlene and I find ourselves in a similar situation that a lot of our clients are in, and so many of my clients say, I can follow food principles that you teach me when I'm at home, but I do a lot of traveling, I'm on the run a lot, I have to eat a lot of my meals out of the house, and I just can't do it. It's really hard and I can't do it. And two of the principles that we teach in the Mindful Weight Control program concerning food involve an alkaline acid balance and a food combining protocol to follow. And so today I just wanted to show you how simple it is to eat out and still be able to follow those principles. So for instance, today on the menu was a burger and fries, and I come to this restaurant often. Marlene and I, it's in our neighborhood, Summer Haze Grill. And I already know what I'm going to do when I get here. I've done this before. So instead of ordering the burger and fries, I simply ask them I just want the beef patty, please. I don't want the bun. And can you replace the fries with salad or some veggies? So here's what I ended up with today. I hope you can see that. So here's my burger patty, and the rest of my plate is all veggies. And by just making that simple request to the server, which I love, because I didn't have to cook my meal, it just took me 5 seconds to ask her to make it the way I wanted to, I end up with a plate that is mostly alkaline. So I've got most of my veggies here, which make this plate mostly alkaline. And by eliminating the starchy potatoes and the starchy bun, I've avoided the boo-boo food combining principle, and that is to avoid combining protein with starchy things like rice and potatoes and bread. So I've got a perfect meal here, and it just took me a few seconds to make that simple request from the server. So that's one thing that you can do in order to follow the principles. And Marlene, maybe you can talk about how to use law of attraction to make your meal times out more successful.
Sure. Thanks, Anna. Let me tell you something that Anna and I actually do before we have our meal. Now, remember, the law of attraction will give you whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus to. Whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus to, you'll get more of it. So I'm going to share with you a technique we use, and we call it preceding. We call it preceding. You see, the process of preceding, or sometimes I call it pre-paving, the portion of your day ahead of you, is where you define the vibration or how you're feeling about the portion of the day you are moving into. So it's really about pre-paving your energy or your vibrational pathway, so to speak, for an easier, more enjoyable time. And this will help you to focus less on how things actually are and more about how you want them to feel. So right now we're about to eat a meal, which means we are moving into a new segment of our day. But you can do this technique I'm going to share with you at any time, because every time you pick up a phone, you're in a new segment of your day, or every time you walk into a meeting, you're in a new segment of the day, or every time you come home after a day of work, you're entering into a new segment of your day. So you can use this technique at any time that you are changing what you're doing in your day. So if you will take the time to think about how you'd like this meal to go before you actually have the meal, it's going to go much better for you. So as an example, if you can pause, maybe in your car as you're driving here, or maybe as you sit at the table just before you have the meal, if you stop and think about in that moment how you'd like the meal to go, you'll set the tone more specifically than if you just walk in and observe what happens. So as an example, before you have a meal, you may be thinking thoughts like, no, I'm going to overeat at this meal, or I'm not going to be able to choose something right, or they never have anything on the menu that works for me, or I should have eaten something ahead of time so I'm full. Whatever those thoughts are, I'm going to say pause, and I want you to just think about how you want the meal to unfold. So in my car as I'm driving here, I'm thinking about what a lovely meal I'm going to have with Anna. It's going to be so nice to see her. And I'm going to think about how I'm going to look at the menu, and I'm going to choose the best thing that I can on the meal for me. And I'm going to suggest that you think about how much you're going to enjoy your food and how much you're going to enjoy the company that you have. Now, this may seem a bit whimsical to you, or maybe seem a bit simple to you, but if you deliberately try this, play with it a little bit, you'll have a lunch that is unfocused and perhaps not as healthy turn into something that will be a more satisfying one. And always remember to be grateful for your food, because if you're in a state of gratitude, you're at your strongest point of attraction. So this is what Anna and I do. We actually do this stuff, and we're going to enjoy our meal. So bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Thanks for joining us.